People who are 40 plus and happy with their life. What is your advice to people in their 20s? Relax more. Don't get angry over little things. This. Relax and don't get overly angry while others talk about material things or experiences. The real lesson is to accept that things won't always go the way you want them to, and that's okay. Didn't marry your perfect spouse. That person doesn't exist. Align expectations to reality and appreciate those who love you for who they are. Or find new people. Didn't buy the perfect car. Oh, well, it still gets you where you're going. Define your criteria for the next one and work towards it. Didn't get the perfect house. Probably not. But it's yours and you can fix it. Didn't get the promotion. Don't be so sure it would have worked out the way you think it would have. Vacation wasn't perfect. Are you sure about that, or were your expectations too high? Point is, relax, enjoy the ride, work to your goals, but remember none of it matters if you can't enjoy it along the way. Edit, thanks for the awards. In 40. This is my input. 1. Everyone is focused on themselves to care too much about their opinion of you. So duck what they think. 2. Social media is only an illusion. 3. Zero debt is an amazing feeling. Think twice before dropping that down payment on that fully loaded 2020 Dream Mobile that offers nothing but looks and appreciates value quickly. 4. Falling out of love is perhaps more powerful than falling in love. 5. Use up all of your vacation time, sick time at work. 6. Don't lose sight of the hobbies you enjoyed as a child. They will help you live as you grow older. 7. Family is not necessarily blood, but instead who you would bleed for. 8. There are just as much benefits to being a night owl as there are to being an early bird. 9. Forgive yourself first before forgiving others. 10. Do not be a doormat in submission, but hold the door open in kindness. Hashtag 8A. Do not do both. Get a regular exercise routine going and stick to it like your quality of life depends on it, because it does. I exercised a lot in my early 20s, then stopped. After having a kid while in my mid-30s, I am trying to get back into shape and doing a lot of weightlifting. I can't believe I stopped for so many years. Find an exercise you like. I hated treadmills and bikes, but love my rowing machine because I can watch TV. I didn't really like home gyms, but I am enjoying doing an entire routine with a barbell. It is way easier to keep up exercising if you find something you enjoy, or at least don't hate. I also used a one-on-one trainer, until quarantine started, who pushed me and kept me motivated. Expensive, but it was totally worth it for me. Find an exercise you like is key, but also to lower your threshold. In my 20s, I ran marathons. At some point, if I couldn't get a 30 to 45 minute run in, I wouldn't get out the door. Some exercise is always better than no exercise, and one that you like is exercise that you'll stick with for the long term. I was a raging alcoholic in my 20s and thought I would never recover from it. I never found a real job using my first degree or my master's. Part of it was because I was always drunk, part of it was the job market at the time. I went back to school in my 30s and found something I like a whole lot more. Now, I'm married, nearly 10 years sober, and have a great job. My point is, if you end up on the wrong path or don't like where you are, there's always time to turn around and change it. Too many people just assume they're stuck where they are and stuck with the issues they have. I'm not sure who said it, but once I read this online: don't cling to an estate just because you spent a lot of time making it. And I think about it all the time. Kind of relates to what you said. Take care of your teeth. This is the only set you're ever going to have, and you don't want to neglect them and mess them up like I did. I've got crap tons of fillings which don't last forever and need replacement. A filling isn't as good as the real thing, and filled teeth can break, requiring crowns. I have two and it sucks. Brush and floss thoroughly every single day without exception. Hell, get an electric toothbrush. See the dentist regularly. Ditch the sugary drinks. Yep. I always thought I had great teeth. I went for a checkup, got A grade, shit was tight. I put off going for anything, checkup, cleanings, etc., for 4 years. Next appointment. Root canal. Apparently my molar was so bad I should have been in constant pain at some point. Honestly, I never felt a thing. No pain since my prior appointment. I also had to get a filling done. That sucked way worse than the root canal. Root canals are relatively painless, until you get the bill. Also, no matter how good your teeth were at your last checkup, you need to go get that plaque removed. I dodged the dentist for a few years, then I had to actually get numb so they could get it all. 4 different trips. It sucked. I haven't been to the dentist in like 4 to 5 years. Maybe more. I just got dental again and now I'm scared to go. If you got dental, it's worth to go now. Find a doctor that works with more low-income patients, and if you have insurance, they will generally take whatever the insurance company gives. It's better to go now when you have insurance than when you're in pain and don't. Also, insurance tends to not cover palliative or emergency care as much unless you have a good plan, but most every insurance plan covers 6-month cleanings. Everything you get becomes something you have. Learn how to be happy having things instead of getting them. Edit, kinda took off. Thanks for all the awards. I appreciate having them. Smiley face. This is true. I bought a very big piece of exercise equipment, 6-post power rack, and I just sold it even though I love the thing. I sold it because I realized I was paying rent on it that far exceeded the cost of just selling it and buying it back later when I could actually afford to keep it. It was becoming a burden and restricting my options in life, and I wanted the flexibility back. While I had it, I was paying to store it and move it when traveling, paying increased rent to put it in my garage, etc. In a way, everything you own ends up owning you. Make sure it is all meaningful and worth keeping around. The more you own, the more you're owned. Start saving now for your retirement. Avoid debt. Floss daily. Exercise daily. It's not a race. Stop comparing yourself to others. Just because they did things sooner than you doesn't mean they're happier or better. Try to start good habits. It is a little rough at first, but in a few years it will be second nature. Do this with things like cooking, cleaning, saving money, and self-care. It is okay to not like someone. It is also okay to have someone not like you. People are going to not like you for no reason. That is okay. It's a them issue and not a you issue. Don't be an ass to everyone and give them reason to dislike you, but also know that you are under no obligation to put up with someone else's bad friendship. There is no shame in seeing a mental health professional. When I was 22, an older gentleman asked me how old I was and then told me, "Chad 303, when you are twice that age, you'll be twice the man you are today." I almost considered it a slight in that moment, but time has proven him wise. Here I am, twice that age and, in my humble estimation, twice the man that I was then. I believe this chiefly because I have learned that kindness is not a weakness, humility serves you better than pride, and cruelty is a fool's game. Don't put yourself in ridiculous amounts of debt trying to portray a certain image. You'll spend your entire life trying to get out of the hole you dug, or you'll have to declare bankruptcy. Set aside enough money to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses for emergencies just like now. Moreover, save now for your retirement years. It doesn't require much, and if you have it taken directly from your paycheck, you won't be inclined to not pay yourself first. Take care of your body. Exercise to maintain a healthy weight and good cardiovascular health. As you get older, it's much harder to maintain these. Enjoy the days of your youth without going overboard. There is nothing wrong with having a good time, yet if you are always waking up wondering what happened last night, why you can't remember how you spent so much money, or you always have a hangover, you should tone it down a bit. Don't take advice or criticism as a personal attack. Most times the people who care about you have observed behavior in you which is off-putting, doesn't reflect who you really are or could be, or would make you a more rounded person. Don't put yourself in ridiculous amounts of debt trying to portray a certain image. You'll spend your entire life trying to get out of the hole you dug, or you'll have to declare bankruptcy. This, 1,000,000 times over. Once you get over the need to impress others, it's not only freeing financially, it's so freeing emotionally as well. Live a life for you. People aren't nearly as concerned with what you have and what you do as you think they are. The quote from John Candy's character in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles comes to mind. I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. 'Cause I'm the real article. What you see is what you get. That mentality, that at the end of the day if you like yourself and your soul likes you, then you're a success, is so important to have. It makes you willing to try new things and look foolish doing it, because you don't give a shit if you look foolish. It's why teenagers get embarrassed of their parents, because the teenager is still struggling with their image and the parent has moved past that, and has put aside stresses that are unneeded. This right here. If on the other side of 30, and when you're younger you work so hard on crafting this curated image of yourself, but it's absolutely counter to authenticity, and leads to unsatisfying, superficial relationships with others. I enjoy my 30s way more than my teens and 20s for being comfortable in my own skin, but wish I had the same recovery time of my youth.